Alrighty, so this is what we're gonna whip up tonight. Little jiggy streamer boy. Ay, ay, ay. I've been tying with a lot of GSP lately, and this is not that. Does not have the tensile strength. Can't be pulling on it like it's GSP. Okay. Now we're back. This is just a little jig streamer chasing some lake trout, Mackinaw trout. I guess it could imitate like a little sucker, be hanging out down on the bottom. Now I'm just gonna add a little bit of this gold flash in. And we're gonna come back in with more craft fur. I'm gonna do one more little spin of the craft fur. Oh, Thatcher, I'm just tying some flies here, my man. WSP. Not sure what you mean. All right, then we're gonna just come in with this little salty brush from Fulling Mill in the gray or ghost gray or something like that. Anthony, it's mostly self-taught. A lot of it just from watching YouTube videos, honestly. Watching other people tie. I don't know why I did that. We want this right here. What up, Pang Pang? All right, this thing's about done. Just hit it with a little UV resin. Lock in those last thread wraps. That should be good. Oh, fuck. Watch y'all's eyes. Now I'm just gonna come in with the brush, rough all this up a little bit. Tease out any trapped fibers in there. And then I can come in with scissors. Not really necessary here, but just clean this up a little bit. There you have it. Easy peasy little jig streamer. Should fool a lake trout or two. I think being that the weight is on the bottom, this should ride hook point up. That's the goal. And you could just creepy crawl it along the bottom. We're nice and slow. Cuckoo. Let's do another one. I'm gonna do one more exactly like that, and then I don't know what. That's all I planned out. But I've got a whole bunch of different size jig hooks here in front of me. And it is lake trout season for me. So that's what I'm tying. Lake trout flies. What up, Jesus for life? How you doing tonight? Doing pretty good. I'm tying flies, so I can't complain. Hell yeah. What are you tying up? I'm tying these mainly for lake trout. They're on pretty stout hooks here. I don't doubt that a lot of things would eat them, but yeah, main goal is lake trout, Mackinaw trout. But yeah, I think I tied some last night that are kind of more of like a chartreuse and white colorway. That's like what the thumbnail of that picture is. Those ones I think would work more in the saltwater too, but I tied them for lake trout also. But I think they would work well for saltwater applications, snook, tarpon, stuff like that. As with these, I think, in the right setting. But this is just a little smaller hook than I tied those other ones on. Híjole, that was ugly. Whatever. Okay. Carp are actually one of my favorite species to tie and to chase, tie for and chase on fly rods. I live in Colorado, up in the mountains, so there's not a whole lot of carp opportunities. I've got to drive a couple hours to get to them, but love fishing for them. Crawfish patterns are great, stuff like that. There's all sorts of carp flies out there. Specific, depends on kind of what type of carp you're going for, if you're fishing for them in rivers or ponds or canals. But yeah, carp are super fun on a fly. And tying for carp is fun too, because you can use like saltwater patterns too, like Crazy Charlie's, bonefish patterns, stuff like that. Work well for carp as well. First fly I ever caught a carp on was actually a bonefish fly called the bonefish bitters, and it's a great pattern for carp, and they actually have one out there now called a carp bitters that looks similar to the bonefish bitters, just a little more carpy. So that would be a good pattern to start with. Yeah, mop flies for sure. Mop flies work great for carp. Main thing is weight. You want to make sure you're getting it down in front of them. They're typically feeding on the bottom, so heavier mops, or just allow yourself time to get it down in front of them. But yeah, a chartreuse mop would definitely catch a carp. Really, they're not super picky eaters. They're pretty opportunistic, so it's more about getting it in their zone where they're feeding without spooking them. It's kind of the main goal. But they are smart. Yeah, definitely summertime's the best time for carp, depending on where you are. If you're in like Arizona or something, you got year-round carp fishing. Speaking of, I've been thinking of going down and spending a couple weeks in Arizona, just fishing the canals for carp. They've got grass carp down there too. Grass carp will definitely eat a chartreuse mop fly. That's the other thing. It'll help you if you know what kind of carp you're targeting, what kind of flies to have for them. There's a few different species. Okay, pretty quick and easy tie there. I'm all about simplicity lately. All right, well that's a few sweet little I don't know if you can see those. Been working on doing more consistent stuff. And when I tie one, I try to tie multiple in the same size, and just trying to get more consistent with my stuff. I'm very ADHD when I tie, and I'll usually tie one pattern one way and then completely change it between flies. So, and change colors and change materials, and no two flies are the same. And it does get frustrating when I'm out on the water and something works really well and I don't have another one like it, and then I got to go home and try and replicate it off of memory or whatever. So I've been practicing tying more stuff. So let's see, we're sticking with the jig stuff. Let's go, we're gonna go a little bigger. I think I needed some like white, just big white fleshy stuff. I got a few spare flies. Crazy kid, I could hook you up. All right, this one's bigger, but yeah, I do some topwater stuff. Just depends. I tie like mouse patterns for trout. That would be topwater. I got some like big saltwater topwater stuff. I was just in Mexico a couple weeks ago, fishing for tarpon with like some topwater poppers. Yeah, I don't fish a whole lot of topwater, but I do occasionally. Nothing like seeing something explode on the top. It's pretty cool. What's my PB? My PB fish? Just PB? I don't know, it's kind of a general question. I've fished for a lot of different species. I guess you could say the largest fish I've ever caught was a catfish in Bolivia. And it was, I don't know, I'd estimate it around 100 pounds, 100-pound catfish on a fly rod. I don't know if I would say that was my personal best fish, though. It's definitely my personal biggest on a fly. What up, Pedro? Oh shit, my personal best bass is not good. Not good at all. I've caught a couple of smallmouth. I don't know if I've ever caught a largemouth bass. I'm in Colorado, central Colorado. We don't have a whole lot of bass fishing opportunities in the mountains here. I'd love to go for more bass though. I really want to go for a peacock bass in the Amazon. That's a big goal of mine one of these days. Oh, it's right here. Bay 8 fishing by Yoshi. Nice to be seen, my man. Yeah, Miami. I know there's some in like some ponds and canals there. That sounds super dope. Some little urban peacocks. That'd be cool. But yeah, I want like a 20 pounder, and I don't think they're that big in Miami. Okay, we're going white zonker like you said, Jesus for life. I like your thinking there. I've been tying flies for about 5 years, 6 years now. No, hold on, pre-COVID. That was 5 years ago. So yeah, like 7 years maybe. Not a very long time in the grand scheme of things. How about you, Yoshi? How long you been tying? I don't really think this thing, I gotta worry about it fouling. It's kind of stiff. But I'm gonna put a foul guard in here anyways. Maybe. Can't find the hole. There it is. There we go. Swear it's not my first time. I need... Nice. It's very addicting. I was going on a saltwater trip, and none of the fly shops around me had any saltwater flies for sale. And so instead of ordering stuff online and not really knowing what I was going to get and being able to feel or see the materials and what they actually look like in person, I just decided to start tying, and now I tie everything. I tie my saltwater flies, I tie my freshwater flies, I tie for really any destination I'm going on. I just get a lot of satisfaction out of catching fish on something that I tied. It's pretty dope, and it's a good creative outlook. I used to draw a lot more and be in the arts, I guess, arts and crafts scene a little more. I did ceramics in high school, loved ceramics. So it's cool to be able to work with my hands and have some artistic, whatever avenue, free time, whatever you call it. I can't think right now, it's late. I don't even know what I want to put here. I think marabou, but white. Maybe just more rabbit fur, more craft fur. Yeah, rabbit. I'm going craft fur. I want a little extra length to cover up all this, the bottom of this thing. And then we definitely got to throw some flash in here. And we got to figure out how we're going to finish the head. This is all stuff that I should have thought about ahead of time. I came into this tying night with those 3 flies that I finished. Was as far as I planned out. So now you guys are getting to see some of the freestyling side of things. What up, Remington? Dang, we need to build some more body, but this, I guess it's gonna be rabbit. Where am I? I feel like I'm just missing. Could be. Hold on. Man, struggling. All right, we're going with a brush because that's easy peasy. Well, no, I'll probably want a brush on the head. Man. Going back to the craft fur. Stalling out here. I wouldn't mind throwing some marabou in here just for movement. I think that's gonna come in right now. It needs to. Oh no. I could have sworn I had some. Oh, there it is. It looks like it's the very last of it, but dude, Jesus for life. You're speaking my language, man. That's what I did. That's what I did here. And then I'm gonna do this little twist up here of this barred marabou. Man, I need some new scissors. All my shit is dull. I actually like how that came out. I don't know if you can. Yeah, that's looking nice. Okay. Yeah, we're throwing some flash in now, Remington. This is the. I don't like to go too flashy with the lake trout, but a little hint of flash. I think I want to go with this chartreuse. Is that crazy? Should we just go pearl? We'll go pearl. No need to get too crazy here. All right, we need maybe one more craft fur, and then we'll do a head to finish it. I think I want to do some Maybe some sinews. Laser dub on the head. Just a head should finish it off, eh? Yeah, I think laser dub head. Let's see what we got. Ugh. Oh, I was thinking it would be cool to put a little red gill in there too. Let's do that. That's not good. There's a pretty much empty thing of sinews. I got some silver minnow belly. We'll make something up in here. Oh yeah. Before we go too far, I want to do a little bit of this ripple ice fiber. This is like a little gill flare. Where the hell? Losing it. Okay, I think. Oh, thanks, Yoshi. Appreciate that, man. Jesus for life. Also appreciate that. This thing is is losing faith about halfway through, and yeah, I'm all right with it. I think this head is getting a little out of hand, but it'll brush out nicely, I believe. Okay, whip finish, some resin. Okay, let's hit it with the light, and we'll brush it out and see what happens. Okay, I am pretty happy with the way that turned out. I don't know if you guys can even see that. I really like the little hidden gill flare in here. A little bit of red flash underneath. But yeah, I think that would fish. I'll probably lose it to some rocks before a fish ever sees it, but hey, that's just me. Well, I think that's it for me tonight. It was about an hour. It's pretty good tying session. We got this bad boy and his little minions. Let's see, how can we do this? There we go. That's one One session. Thanks for joining, guys. We'll probably be doing more of this. Yoshi, I'll check out the channel, same Jesus for Life. See if you guys got anything going on your channels. Thanks for stopping by. Catch you guys next time.